criticize her? How do you think I felt when I seen Meg Thee Stallion cooking a struggle meal for that bench player Klay Thompson? I can't even look at food the same no more, Chad. Chad, I told you I have this lawsuit waiting, because bullying is not only one way. And that's what Meg would like for you to think, that she's innocent and she's... So what I said is, if it could be taken on face value, and by the way, one of the... Well, everything... If you play the legal game, as Meg is trying to play the legal game, you have to look for precedents. Right? Like, in the...
I was just live. I thought I was live, and I wasn't live. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to goddamn change this battery up. And we finna motherfucker redo this shit. And I don't give a damn. We finna redo this shit. Cause this nigga here is brilliant. This nigga here is brilliant, bro. Fuck what you say, boy. This nigga is brilliant right here. I knew it was a reason. I went live. I was on tonight to do this shit. Real nigga reactions. Home Meat TV. Hustles on a mission every day. Dividendsapparel.com. We'll be back soon. We going dividends fresh for the 2-6. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm feeling like, yeah, we gonna revamp that bit. Real niggas do what they want to do. Bitch niggas do what they can. Hoe ass niggas gonna talk about it, and fuck niggas gonna hate regardless. I promise you that. So do your shit to the fullest, nigga. Give a fuck what they thinking. You shouldn't either. Alright. So now, right? What was this title? I should have put it on the Meg Thee Stallion shit. But anyway. Your boy Act, man. He on the something with this. We talking about presidents. The precedents that get you the presidents. Let me just go get into what the fuck this boy. My boy got strategy. Look, my boy is playing chess and not checkers, man.
Drake and Kendrick thing. Even though Drake listened to Kendrick, Drake sued the label. And I'm gonna tell you why. We're gonna get into this case. At outlawing criticisms, non-belief, or people believe it's real when you knowingly knew it was fake. Actually, most of the people I like, people I hate. When nobody wanted to talk to 6ix9ine, who's saying, "Oh, that's my boy," because I don't give a fuck. I have to.
We gonna get right into it. Hold on.
She got justice, and then her plight is to sue people to make her a victim. Now, for the dummies in the back, I know she's going with this defamation shit, but it's really bullshit. She really got Milagro for what is a deepfake porn that the jury agreed that she promoted by verbally telling her audience, go check my likes if y'all want to see the porn of Meg. And it was a deep fake video, which means it was fake. It was not real. And in Florida statute, it means that if you promoted a fake pornographic image that you were trying to have people believe it's real, when you knowingly knew it was fake, you are liable. And she was ruled liable. Now, let's get into the ruling. We've gone over so much of this case. I've told you I don't have a defense. I rock with Milagro, but I didn't tell her to go tweet out a naked video or whatever, or to talk about. It ain't that deep with me. I don't give, like, in my opinion, I think Meg is bust down Tatiana for the industry. That's my opinion. Blueface just came out saying while she was nursing that leg of hers, he pulled up over there to offer some fake sympathy and got some head. So come on now, bro, we're not making this shit up. We're hearing the niggas talk about it. Yeah. After I heard she got shot, I showed up trying to check on her and make sure she good. Yeah, I got some sucky. In the same interview, the nigga said, I don't give a fuck if she was shot or not. Got some head and dip. Come on, chat. Nobody's making this shit up. This is a perception about Shorty. It's a perception about Shorty, gang. So,
I ain't hear that part.
What I cared about when it came to this entire case
What the fuck
is,
up foot?
will Meg the Stallion be successful at outlawing criticisms, non-belief, or people that don't like her? Again, I've said to all y'all, if you could outlaw people not liking you or speaking ill of you, well, I have a lot of lawsuits to file. By the way, I want to announce, and we're going to get into this, but I do want to announce, and I think this is the best way to get into it. Let me make sure this is clear when I do it. Hold on.
Go ahead, make sure. I'm gonna speed it up too.
I want to announce, people. I do want to announce. Unbeknownst to most of y'all watching, and unbeknownst to the public, me and my small group of people who work with me, and we have been working with an attorneys, we were in the process of preparing to file a lawsuit versus Meg Thee Stallion. I want this abundantly clear and obvious. And I want to explain, and today is a hiccup, and I'm going to tell you why. We're going to get into this case. Because we anticipated that Meg, through whether it's clear bias of the judge, whether it's whatever Rock Nation sleight of hand, was probably going to be successful in some facet versus Milagro Cooper, who doesn't have enough resources to really properly go to war versus the Avengers. So we were taking action. By the way, I also want to let y'all know, Rock Nation, through their many investigators and how they harassed me, particularly in terms of having me to post for 9 hours, I realized if they gonna have something for me, I probably gotta have something for them. Don't you worry. So I said, I'm gonna, and I met with the legal minds around me. We were in the process of crafting this lawsuit. Now, I'm again, everything I'm saying here is fast, but I want to.
If you're a producer who hates AI, this plugin might change your mind. This is Reimagine in CoProducer. You can take any sample you find and flip it into infinite one-of-a-kind variations that are unique to you. Here's how it works. Just open up your DAW and drop in the CoProducer plugin from output.
Trying to play a legal game, you have to look for precedents, right? Like in the Drake and Kendrick thing, even though Drake didn't sue Kendrick, Drake sued the, right? Like
up your DAW and drop in the CoProducer
and Kendrick thing.
One-of-a-kind variations that
you have to look for precedents, right? Like
Fuck with that.
In the Drake and Kendrick thing, even though Drake didn't sue Kendrick, Drake sued the labels. Drake getting that lawsuit tossed out, which we're going to give an update on the petition that still exists in Bexar County. We're going to get to that. But Drake getting that lawsuit tossed out tells every other artist, if somebody says something about you on record, don't sue your record label, because it's not going to go far. They have precedent. The precedent is Drake lawsuit versus the label pertaining to Kendrick Lamar's song got tossed out. It's all about precedent. So I anticipated that Meg was going to have maybe a monumental win. Won't be a monumental win. It'll be a Cardi B like win. Hey, you're awarded $4 or $5 million, and this $4 to $5 million judgment means you've bankrupted Milagro. You've kind of like almost handicapped her entire operation, and maybe you have like ran her out of business, all because she didn't agree with the jury verdict in the criminal case against Tory Lanez, and also because she isn't that favorable to you. So what I said is, if it could be taken on face value, and by the way, one of the things that Meg was seeking was damages for what she called is emotional distress. Basically, you're speaking bad about me. You have caused me stress. You have sent me to. So in anticipating what, and obviously I knew Rock Nation doesn't spend $2 million, right? They've, based on me and a couple of lawyers, shout out to my man, even Bradford Cohen, I'm out of Florida. They're like, yo, at minimum, they've spent $120,000 on your deposition. At minimum. 9 hours, 2 different locations. They're doing them all. Cool. So I said, we're going to have to make sure we're good. Now, I said, if Meg feels like she could sue because people make jokes at her expense, people are not nice to her, people don't believe her, well, that's what is called precedence. Here's what my lawsuit is going to be based on.
The presidents.
Oh,
excuse me.
Here we go.
That boy academics playing chess, boy.
Right here.
Yo, let this be an example to you niggas, man. Let this be a motherfucking example, bitch. Shit, chess, not checkers. You hear me?
Now,
let it be an example. Now, stay on point.
I'm gonna tell you why I was crafting a lawsuit around this.
You got to.
Right? Meg Thee Stallion claims she paid $240,000 twice to go in a 5-week rehab program because of mean words said by
$240,000
Milagro
twice?
Cooper that affected her mental health that required therapy.
$500,000?
And I said, wow, if that's good enough to file a lawsuit, does anybody ever say mean words to academics? They do it all the time. Has Meg ever said some mean words to me? Absolutely. I'm not going to lie to you. And I remember this very clearly. After a short back and forth with me and Meg Thee Stallion, right, where she accused me of lying, she says something that sent me in a spiral into severe depression.
What?
It cost me a shit ton of money. And I realized that this was my time. If she's successful in doing the same versus Milagro, I got a case versus her. Let me tell you where. Chad.
I think I have a case against this bitch that
This is the
tried to
tweet
put
right
a
here. Hold
baby
on,
on me.
Mm-hmm. Here we go. Here we go. Hold on.
Hold on. I think I got some. I think I might
right
have to,
This was her Instagram post.
I been knew I had a case.
Where she says, "Big act, little boy, please. Why would you post there was no DNA found, but now say this inconclusive? How are you specifically able to see documents before they come out in court? What you saying is his lawyer sharing evidence with bloggers? Got it. Take your big ass on somewhere." Now, I'm not going to lie to you, chat. If anybody knows me, ever since I've been public online, I've been getting fat shamed, and it's sent me into mental depression. I never shared this shit with y'all. It's made me contemplate Ozempic.
This nigga said he has been getting fat shit. I remember. I remember that. I concur. I can vouch for his act. That nigga say he contemplated Ozempic. No, man. I think you talking about contemplated it. I think he downplaying it, y'all. I think he actually used Ozempic before. I think he may currently still be invested in Ozempic right at the moment.
Contact all type of shit for weight loss. You know what I mean? This shit really fucked me up. I lost a lot of money. McDonald's tried to sponsor me one time, and because of her tweet, her post, I was ashamed. I couldn't take that fucking sponsor. I lost out on money. So if Meg could body shame me, take your big ass on somewhere, wow.
A McDonald's sponsorship for a nigga of that caliber? You talking at least a M. You got to be talking at least a M if it's that. McDonald's, you talking Mickey D's? The Big Act, the Big Mac? Oh shit. But she said you big. Oh damn! So you couldn't even. That's crazy. That's wild.
I didn't eat for a week. The people around me could testify to that. When I seen this, I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. There were food companies that want to do some collabs. I couldn't do it. I lost out on bread. So if she could sue Milagro because she claims that she lost out on $10, $20 million based on Milagro's conduct, well, I lost out on shit. After you call me fat, I couldn't do no collabs, no endorsements with food companies. You know how long DoorDash was trying to sponsor me? I couldn't do it then. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I stopped eating for a week. McDonald's wanted to get on again before Castanat had a meal. Before these niggas had a meal, they wanted the Big Ack meal. Check it. Big Mac, Big Ack. Come on, man. Come on, man. Chat. I was almost getting the bag, but when I was going to sign that lucrative deal, I couldn't do it. All I could hear in my head was Meg saying, man, take your big ass somewhere. So now when McDonald's want to do a Big Ack meal, I'm like, take your big.
No, cut it out, man. That's a phenomenal case. Damn, that is a phenomenal case. And being that he just did she just win that lawsuit? Yes, she did. Just win that lawsuit.
I think she caused me some mental distress.
Said she spent $2 million to win $59K. That's crazy.
I was planning to sue. Yeah, newsflash.
Bro,
Yes.
can you imagine suing somebody, bro, and spending 2 M's. That shit don't even sound right. You spent 2 M's suing somebody to win 60K. And that's rounding up, bitch. 60K? Nigga, what? That's what? A little more than 10%. Bitch. Pathetic.
I got some money to waste too. Don't act like
Pathetic.
Megan Rock ain't the only person with the money.
That
That's
shit
just like
can't
they could
be
throw
true,
down,
bro.
just throw in the toilet now. Hold on now. Meg the Stallion caused me severe mental distress when she commented on my weight. Chat, I've told you about my weight loss journey. I started everyday struggle in 2017. I was around 230 pounds.
Severe
I gained 40 pounds. I went to
mental
270. Everybody's commenting on my weight.
distress.
Yo, look, Soldier Boy saying, man, shut your fat ass up. I'm over here I couldn't sleep. I had sleep apnea. I got all type of shit going on. Finally, I've gotten to a healthier place in my life. I'm down to 212 pounds. But it took a while. What set me back, what fucked me up, lost me deals, I didn't speak to people for weeks, was Meg the Stallion using, and by the way, here's the thing, because I was going off precedence. Meg the Stallion claims that Milagro, who has 40,000 followers, made her pay $500,000 for therapy. 40,000 followers? The chick who did this got 40,000 followers. What do you think I felt like when someone with 32 million followers said that I should take my fat ass on? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Think about it. That shit caused me severe mental trauma. I've thought about it. Yo, these days they're calling me Ozempidemics.
Which one of you niggas called this nigga Ozempidemics? Boy, because he is not creative enough to come up with that shit. Bro, it ain't no way. Bro, somebody had, so which one of you niggas, I want to applaud you niggas, whoever, which one, let's start it. That shit funny, nigga. That shit was funny. But which one of you dirty motherfuckers, boy?
Meg the Stallion triggers me every time. You know when she said she saw the Tory Lanez video with a horse foot being chopped up and it re-traumatized her? How do you think I felt when I seen Meg the Stallion cooking a struggle meal for that bench player Klay Thompson? I can't even look at food the same no more, chat. Chat. I told you I have this lawsuit waiting, because bullying is not only one way. And that's what Meg would like for you to think, that she's innocent and she's never said things to offend others. You know how many people who are like bulimic or whatever the other shit is? Not anemic. Whatever the shit is. She's been trolling me about food and eating and calling me big back. Waiting. Because bullying is not only one way. Waiting. Cooking a struggle and every time, you know when she said she saw the Tory Lanez video with the horse foot being chopped up and it re-traumatized her? How do you think I felt when I seen Meg Thee Stallion cooking a struggle meal for that bench player Klay Thompson? I can't even look at food the same no more, chat. Chat. I told you I have this lawsuit waiting, because bullying is not only one way. And that's what Meg would like for you to think, that she's innocent and she's never said things to offend others. You know how many people who are like bulimic or whatever the other shit is? Not anemic. Whatever the shit is. She's been trolling me about food and eating and calling me big back mentally over years. I think I got a lawsuit. But I was waiting for this one to conclude. I wanted to see the result. Because while some people just hate Tory, or some people just love Meg, they forget that what you're trying to endorse is a few things. That media can't have independent commentary, opinions, or stances that may even disagree with, let's say, what happens in a courtroom. Yes, they're supposed to bring you what happens in a courtroom, but they could say, no, we actually don't believe that. That didn't sound believable. Now, again, I'm not speaking on a deepfake video. I always thought that something is indefensible. I'm not here to defend Milagro on a deepfake video, but I've always been about understanding, are we all public personas here? It's not like we're speaking on her, I don't know if she has a sister or brother. We're not speaking on like private family members here.
Yeah.
We're speaking
on public figures, people in the front of the camera, events that are publicized publicly.
On a public figure.
You know what I'm saying?
So as she claims she's been bullied, and she's been saying that Tory is paying people, which is very, well, I don't know about anybody else. I can only speak for me. Imagine you have think that Tory's giving me a check. What that check would look like? Commissary money, nigga? What the fuck? I'm not saying Tory broke, but come on, bro. If she could convince people that she's being bullied when she has the biggest platforms of everybody, add me, Joe Budden, even Aiden Ross, add all our Instagram followers together, and you still don't equal what she has on Instagram. But according to the people who love and want her to be seen as a victim, Meg Thee Stallion says only she could be bullied. She can't bully other people. I felt bullied when she told me to take my, what'd she say? Take your big ass on somewhere. Holy. The way she spoke about me, I felt like Drewski. I felt like DJ Khaled opening up the fridge to a bunch. Y'all seen this? I felt like DJ Khaled when he opened up the fridge to a bunch of Haagen-Dazs. Serious. I was ashamed. This is how I felt. This is how I felt. When I walked to the kitchen next time, I was ashamed. I didn't eat for weeks. I opened the fridge, and when I looked in the fridge, even though the people are...
You a hella fine nigga to pull this shit up. DJ Khaled opening that goddamn pantry cabinet, whatever, bitch, with all that that refrigerator, that freezer, bitch. Look at all that dumbass ice cream, bro. Bruh, that's how people get fat right there. That stupid ass shit right there. That dairy, that ice cream shit. I don't eat none of that shit. I probably eat ice cream probably. Last time I had ice cream, I had bought it for this bitch. Hey, that bitch got there, did some bullshit the next morning. That bitch ain't never get that bitch. I had that bitch in the freezer for like a week, and I ate that shit because I had got the munchies. I said, you know what, that bitch ain't get this shit from me. I was just finna eat this bitch. And I ain't had ice cream before that, like years before that, bitch. That's the last time I had ice cream. I bought it for the bitch. She bought us ice cream. I bought it for the bitch. She was supposed to come over and get it. Then the bitch said some bullshit because I fell asleep on them. Man, I ain't no fuck that bitch. I ate that motherfucker ice cream.
around me was noticing that it was mentally affecting me, so they got a lot of salads, healthy things, green juices. I thought I was
that
right.
shit was good. I see why you niggas be big. That shit was good as fuck, man. That ice cream was good. I forgot what kind it was. That bill, I think it was what the fuck kind it was. It was something that I eat, bro. It was like some Reese's shit or some shit like that. That shit was delicious.
When I opened the fridge, because of the lack of sleep that I experienced, because of the mental trauma that Meg caused me by calling me big, all I felt I saw was Haagen-Dazs and Briars. All I thought I seen was a bunch of fat shit. DoorDash want to fuck with me. I couldn't do it because that would be doubling down on the fatness. By the way, I got offered. This is actually facts. I got offered to do a food testing or tasting, like experience. I didn't want to buy into the meme that Meg Thee Stallion propagated. I lost out on hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. So I thought I had a case. Now, let me not drag this any more than I have. This facts. I got offered to do a food testing or tasting, like experience. I didn't want to buy into the meme that Meg Thee Stallion propagated. I lost out on hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. All I felt I saw was Haagen-Dazs, and Briars. All I thought I seen was a bunch of fat shit. DoorDash want to fuck with me. I couldn't do it because that would be doubling down on the fatness. By the way, I got offered. This is actually facts. I got offered to do a food testing or tasting, like experience. I didn't want to buy into the meme that Meg the Stallion propagated. I lost out on hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. So I thought I had a case. Now, let me not drag this any more than I have. Why am I saying this now? I'm saying this now because currently I'm starting to reconsider if I should go forward with this. Why? In meeting with my lawyers, and I've been very upfront with this, shout out to Quinn Emanuel, but I'm using Quinn Emanuel type lawyers. We're not getting the rinky dinks. We're legit over here. They have quoted me in the 6-figure ballpark for us to take this on. Now, I was down, and I'm still down to pursue it. But after seeing Meg the Stallion spend about $2 million, and if you haven't heard the final number, she was awarded $59,000. I've sent the text to the team. Let's pump the brakes because I'm a lot of things. I might be annoying. I might be loudmouth. I might be fat, but I definitely ain't stupid, and I definitely won't spend $2 million to go get $59,000. I'd rather just log on to stake.com. No way, no how. So I am rethinking my litigation versus Meg Thee Stallion in light of her misstep. She thought she was going to break the bank. She was going to get $30 million from someone that didn't have it. She was awarded $59,000. Meg, I might change my mind later, but you calling me big has severely ruined my life. The trajectory of my life, I went on a keto diet. Every time I see carbs, I feel like I see Meek Mill and Lil Baby merge into one. I'm scared of carbs because of you. I went on keto because of you. I'm starving myself because of you. I don't sleep because of you. All I'm trying to tell you is that when you took to your $30 million Instagram page and said I was big, I couldn't sleep. And it fucked me up. And your platform and your words should be held accountable. Look, but I'm no dummy when it comes to money. I'm not going to spend $2 million and get $60,000.
He's still building that case. He say he not going to spend that much. But he's still building that case. He's still willing to spend about a good half of him. If they think he can get 2 or 4 out your ass, he gonna get that motherfucker. He gonna go for that. Cause he's definitely still building the case.
I'll leave that up to you. So let's get into her case chat.
And then
you guys don't know the verdict came down.
If he could see y'all and then he only ended up paying like a couple $100 and then y'all settle for like $5M. Oh.
Say, and it was a very convoluted verdict, but we're gonna be here to explain it. Here we go. All right. Okay. So essentially, here's the verdict form. On count 1 of defamation, it was found by a jury, and I believe there were 9 people on the jury, most who were non-black. They found that by preponderance of the evidence, which means by the majority of what they seen and what you would believe with the evidence, Milagro was liable for defamation per se by accusing Meg of perjury. Keep in mind, and this is why I'm telling you about how frivolous. Oh, by the way, who just sent in $100? Thank you. Who did that? Yeah, I keep sending the money. I might have to really sue it now. Hold on now. Wait, hold on now. Wait, hold on now. Because I'm just saying I don't have a Rock Nation to fund my shit. So like paying $2 million to make $59,000 just seems like a loss. But if the chat want me to go ahead, because I told you I was.
You have it listened. You type it in, and then you go digging.
You literally just drag it in, and it'll be an audio clip.
This about, and I did consultations for gastric. I can't. I'm just saying I don't have a Rock Nation to fund my shit. So like paying $2 million to make $59,000 just seems like a loss. But if the chat want me to go ahead, because I told you I was fucked up, I'm still fucked up behind it. I can't believe. I just can't. I can't. That shit has, I've thought about, and I did consultations for gastric bypass surgery. Yeah, fuck me up. Yup. Can't sleep.
Not the
Didn't want to eat.
consultations for the
So I was just trying to get the narrative on are we suing people
bypass.
when they attack you
No, academic.
and say things that's mean? Because I don't think mean people. Quinn Emanuel was saying Milagro is mean. Have her
No.
pay us $30 million. And if y'all want $30 million from
That's
Milagro, who has 40,000
fucked up,
followers,
man.
I do believe that someone with 30 million followers maybe should give me $3 billion.
I told you that was his number. Then
Lord Hybrid, thank you for the 100, my boy.
Then I just say that goddamn number. I just said 3. He gonna if he settle for 3, he gonna take 3. I just said. Did I just say that shit? All right.
He said sue her act. It ain't about the award. It's about making her spend another $2 million to defend herself. Dig in her pockets, bro.
He lied, but I ain't watched this video. I went back to this shit. That's why it's a reaction. Real nigga reaction.
We'll get back to
man.
it. So count one for defamation. They're saying they found by preponderance of the evidence that Ms. Cooper is liable for defamation. Now, this is why I'm telling you that Meg just wanted to win. How did they say she defamed her? She said, oh, you defamed Meg Thee Stallion by saying she committed perjury, which means lying under oath. Now, let's be honest. Everybody has said that Meg is a liar. Why? Because we've seen her lie. She said one thing here, then and later she said another thing. And she's even admitted that she lied. There's like, she's literally like, it's not even like we just made this up. I want to use proof as we're going through this. So here's how it works when you're suing people. You can't sue people when they're telling the truth. So honestly, I'm not sure how legal, I don't know how much of the law Milagro knows. Okay. I don't know how much of the law Milagro knows. Right. So when they had asked me in my deposition, do I believe she committed perjury? I know that perjury isn't like, I don't even want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. That is something that the prosecutors are going to decide. And that is actually a criminal and a felonious criminal charge. It's like them trying to get me on a, do you think that person is a rapist? Well, why would I say that on the record? Because now it's upon me to prove that that person has actually committed the act that would make them that. So they got this obscure, like, I personally believe that Milagro was just saying, yo, this chick is a liar. And I think she convoluted that with basically saying perjury, but I know perjury isn't lying, right? Perjury is lying on the stand. So it's lying within a particular context, right? But here we go. Here we go, Chad.
Gil King.
Here we go.
Yes, I lied to Gil King.
So when they say academics, why do you call her a liar? Well, she's documented saying, I lied. I didn't make that up. It's documented. Chat. Am I making it up? Now, that's where Meg, who's trying to silence all her opposition, she's been trying to get people like me. You know why I keep saying, I know people say, no, you're next, you're next. I'm going to say it every day. When I wake up, I stretch, I grab the Hennessy, and I say, Meg's a liar. I say it every day. Every day. She's a liar. You know why they haven't done nothing about it? Because she admitted she's a liar. She admitted she lied. Okay? That's why they've done nothing about it. Right? I'm saying what she done said. So, by the way, thank you guys for the donation. I'm going to read all of them. Don't worry about it. Gamer Trey says, yo, Ack, I said I already sent 2 super chats, but he didn't read it because he didn't agree with what it's saying. You got to be consistent how you think, Ack. Hold on, no, what'd you say? I'll read it. Lord Hybrid, my boy, man. Thank you, my boy, Lord Hybrid. Everybody spam up some W's for my boy, Lord Hybrid. Also, Don Smooth, thank you for the 110. He says, Ack, you should do an album listing on the stream to Game's new albums, the Gangsta Grills mixtape, and bring back album listening reviews in general. Okay, I like that, and you know what, we might do it. Okay, it might have to be a kick rumble type of thing, but we can do it. Bro, if you send it, I'll get to it. Hold on, I'll get to it now. Actually, what'd you say, Gamer Trey? Somebody says academics is not about the settlement; it's about making a point. Even you says you rather pay a lawyer $300K than to prove a point. Okay, all right. I'm gonna indulge you with that. I got time today. Okay, let me just tell y'all the painful truth about this. It's not about the settlement; it's to prove a point. Okay. What is the point that you think someone like me got from that? I'm not gonna lie to you. If I was in Milagro's position, that 75K or what they put it to 59K, nigga, I would have made $1 million off of the trial. So it's like, sure, let's do it. That doesn't, you sued the least on the totem pole of creators who have criticized you. To, if you're saying it's about to prove a point, I guess maybe it's to prove a point to smaller creators. What do you think that does to me? I give no fucks. You think that you think that shit like, oh, academics are shaking? No, nigga. Fuck. Wait, even the jury agrees that you don't deserve. You wanted 30 million, you got 59,000. Wait, that's supposed to deter me? You know how you deter somebody? You sue the biggest and get $300 million owed to you, and nobody else will do shit. You know what that says? Shit. First of all, I don't know Milagro's finances, but Milagro, baby girl, I hope you made more than 59,000. Yo, when that case was going on, I had 80,000 people watching me when the verdict came down. We was busting. We were busting that shit down like a kilo of coke. So, and Milagro was doing content as well. With all due respect, that 59,000, again, I look at that whole case, and the only takeaway for me is we're media. That 59,000, and by the way, here's the thing too. We're gonna get to remember the deep fake shit I can't defend. She wasn't held liable for defamation. There's no point here. I know some people love Meg. There's no point here. There's nobody in the media that is backing up Milagro for posting or alluding to a fake video of Meg getting fucked. Not one. None of us is standing behind it. What we're all standing behind is that if we think Meg's a fucking liar, we could say she's a fucking liar. Not only could you say she's a fucking liar, but if you want to not like her music, if you want to talk about her distastefully, like people talk about me consistently, and I don't sue, that is also fair. You're a public figure. Toughen up. They said, I guess she also said she was a non-credible witness. And it says,
for marketing and all of that.
Questions and not
all together into a story.
You open the floodgates for other people to file lawsuits. So spending $300,000 to win a lawsuit, even if you know, like in most of these cases, point this out before I get into it. I'm not gonna stop it in between. So that's why I'm doing myself of days and weeks leading up to his arrest. And I'm talking about the world. I'm gonna do this at 70. And I think you're gonna be in this pipe down. All right, let's get to 50 Cent, people. Wait, what happened? Did I miss some shit? All right, anyway. Okay. By the way, thank you guys. Thank you. And thank you guys for all the generous donations. You guys are the best. Yeah, we're kicking today. We are kicking. All right, so let's get to Good Morning America. Good Morning America, 50 Cent. So 50 Cent, yo, I'm gonna be honest with you, right? And let me just say this in preface in it, and I won't pause it during. So I'm just gonna let it play. Chat. I want to be very clear to y'all. I think Netflix fibbed on this. But if you ask me, and I'm saying this selflessly because you won't hear other people say this, because saying this puts in jeopardy of potentially any opportunity I could later have with Netflix. I think Netflix wanted this doc and commissioned this doc, but they wanted to be shiesty. I think they picked 50, and I think they knew that 50 was a good villain to have as the face because they wanted to do shiesty shit. What you're going to see is that there's a trailer of this Diddy documentary, which is supposed his own video footage of days and weeks leading up to his arrest that his own team was filming, that they somehow, Diddy responded to it later saying they stole the footage, and Diddy's calling it illegally put it out, but unethically put it out. And I think that Netflix needed somebody to be the face to take that blame. And who better to take the blame than Curtis 50 Cent Jackson? And I really think this is Netflix's thing. I don't think 50 went out of his way and found this. I think Netflix did it. But Netflix needed the face because there was many bids to get the documentary. Many bids. Why did they pick 50? Picking 50, if you guys are a publisher, is a conflict of interest. His baby mama is one of the victims that's involved in the case. How could he provide any type of neutral type of documentary when his baby mama was getting stuffed with 9-inch cocks by these goddamn escorts time after time after time after again? She was having all-star freak-offs. How could the baby father of the victim be the person to give somewhat of a neutral documentary look into the behind the scenes or the life of the guy that is accused of vilifying said person? So I think this is a Netflix play, me personally. I'm going to play you the interview, because now 50 is on the front lines doing interviews for the documentary that's going to launch on Netflix in 3 days. Yes, December 4th. Also, I want to point this out. Before I get into it. I'm not going to stop it in between. So that's why I'm doing my soliloquy now. I want to point this out, chat. I want to point this out. 50 posted this. He says, "This is the message Jay-Z sent me when he's realized he's not in the Diddy doc." I don't think, ironically, this wait. When is the Diddy doc coming out? It's coming out the 2nd. I don't think it's ironic that it's coming out 2 days before Jay-Z's birthday. I think 50 got access to grind, whatever you might think it is, with Diddy. And if I'm Jay right now, Jay better have a war chest for 50. Because when 50 could drop a guillotine on this nigga, it's going to be hell to pay. Trust me. He's already, even when he's focused on Diddy, because he know he got Diddy down bad. Diddy's already getting stomped out. He's calling the YNs. Now we beat this nigga's ass. But he's basically looking over like, nigga, eventually I'm going to catch you like that. Remember that. He's dropping it 2 days before Jay's birthday. Remember that. Anyway, let me play this. Watch.
Never before seen footage of Sean Diddy Combs in the days leading up to his arrest in New York last September.
You want to put stuff in my fanny back in?
The exclusive video obtained by Netflix shows Combs debating with his lawyers about strategy.
Listen to me. I'm going to get off the phone right now, and I am going to let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution. No matter what nobody said. Let's just here and there, y'all are not working together the right way. We're losing.
The footage is part of a new, highly anticipated docuseries by director Alex Stapleton and rapper and executive producer Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, titled Sean Combs: The Reckoning.
50 Cent
When you were watching,
I think it was surprising that he actually filmed it.
it was very interesting to watch a man who's known for his brand
Ruger Red, thank you.
presence. You know, he has a really amazing knack for marketing and all of that, and how he was sort of taking that into account in how he was coming off to the public.
The exclusive video also shows Combs in Harlem greeting fans.
I'll accept it. I need some hand sanitizer. Hold on. I got. I've been out in the streets amongst the people. Yeah, I gotta take a bath.
Oh my God. Ironically, you know what people said? Yo, how come Diddy, who was sopping up all the semen from Cassie's vagina and rubbing it up on his nipples and having week-long or weekend-long freak-offs where multiple dudes was peeing on his girl that he was licking and kissing and fucking, how come that guy's a germaphobe? How come you playing with man milk, rubbing it on your chest, your girl getting peed on, 5 niggas fucking her, y'all got baby oil, all type of stuff, y'all got all type of freaky, nasty shit going on, but you walk down the street, dap up 5 people, and you like, give me some hand sanitizer, I need a shower. These niggas got germs. What? Nigga, huh? How you a germaphobe now? I think
Like the amount of people that actually I'm coming in contact with, like that's what I have to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like 150 hugs.
You're a public person as well, and there was one instance in Harlem, and his reaction when those people
Went away. Car said, I feel like I need to wash. Like I'm dirt. That was.
Now I'm gonna be honest with you. This is where I think the documentary is tainted. I want to be very clear. I fuck with 50 and everything, but I'm gonna be honest, dog. Yo, I'm gonna keep. Nigga, I went to Complex Con. Nigga, I dapped up like about 100 people. First of all, I'm one of those people. Every time I go on a trip and I'm around mad people, and you know, I'm on planes with people. I got dap up mad people. Every time I come back home, I'm sick. Always sick. So I dap up mad people, whatever, at Complex Con. Nigga, my security who travels with me all the time, he knows me. Like, bro, he gave me hand sanitizer. Yo, bro, here's hand sanitizer. I don't think the people who love me, who wanted to dap me up or give me a hug, is disgusting. Like, bro, you're just, you know, you're trying to keep healthy. But of course, 50's gonna frame it in a way to say Diddy thinks he's cleaner than y'all. And this is why I think the doc is kind of tainted, bro, because you're taking that, even when the president of the United States walks through and he shakes some hands or whatever, like, yeah, he does that. Maybe he doesn't say necessarily that, but like, yeah, he's gonna get some hand sanitizer and do all that shit. You get 50 who could frame the shit in his own realm to make Diddy look like a monster, that he's some guy who scorns the public. Bro, come on. Like, Diddy was running marathons with people. Pause. Pause. He was doing 5K marathons. Y'all remember, when Diddy was doing marathons? Diddy Marathon NYC.
Yeah,
like,
we all
yo,
know
Diddy's always been a guy that's kind of been off the people. Like, Diddy's been off the people way more than 50. It's respectful. And this is where I'm like, yo, and, you know, I'm in media, so I know he who controls the story and controls the narrative is the ruler. This is why I've always said media is so powerful. Because now you get 50 telling the story of Diddy. He's not going to look at that and be like, yo, bro, your 50 sometimes goes, when he was selling the effing vodka thing, he would go to these store openings where they would be starting to sell effing, and he would go there for sign-ins and take pictures with people who would buy the vodka. I'm pretty sure when he got back in the car, it was like, yo, bro, hey, yo, take some hand sanitizer, make sure you're good. We going to the next stop. but he's weaponizing it against Diddy. Like Diddy's some really, oh, I'm disgusted with regular people. Like, and I think that's where the documentary, and that's why I'm blaming Netflix, is like, I love 50 and everything, but bro, you're tainting the documentary because it's clear 50 is taking micro moments to make this nigga look like a monster.
Harlem, and his reaction when those people
went away.
Got in the
car and said, I feel like I need to wash, like I'm dirt. That was, it should show you his character.
was that the reason for including it?
Yeah, I mean, what's the odds that you would do that in front of the camera? Like that's one of the moments where he forgot he was on tape.
How do you respond to people who say that it's more about the disdain that you have for Sean Combs than it is for giving the victims a platform?
What they consider a pre-existing beef, right? For 20 years, right? Is me being uncomfortable with him suggesting that he takes me shopping, or
and this is where I think 50's also good. 50's also mastered media. I'm surprised 50 hasn't launched a huge media company, even though he has this new thing called 50 Tentash. I don't know what it's called, but 50. The reason why you have issues with Diddy is many micro moments, or not micro moments, but like the deal with is it Mace? Yeah, Mace, or potentially signing Mace. It's Diddy supposedly trying to almost block you from signing initially. It's mad different things over time. So and then ultimately to him fucking your baby mama and whoring her out and turning into a prostitute that was fucking multiple prostitutes and escorts at his very whim, him peeing on her, him doing things that you would never do to her because you loved her. That's why you decided to have a kid with her. That's where it comes from. So when you're like, oh, people think my beef with him stems from him wanting to take me shopping. No, you're smart. That's the thing you mentioned on the Breakfast Club. But there's many things behind the scenes that you always felt that Diddy was slighting you.
That you have for Sean Combs than it is for giving the victims a platform.
What they consider a pre-existing beef, right? For 20 years, right? Is me being uncomfortable with him suggesting that he takes me shopping, or I looked at it like it was like a tester, like maybe you'll come play with me type of thing, right? And it's not personal.
I think it's important to also let people know that the show is not completely the perspectives of people that did not like Sean. We weren't trying to just get the highlights, the salacious details, that the real goal was to storytell. And not everyone needed to have an allegation to be a part of this project.
The 4-part series also features 2 jurors from Combs' trial who are speaking for the first
There's 2 jurors who are speaking. Wow.
Time about how they reached their mixed verdict, finding Combs guilty of 2 prostitution offenses, but clear of racketeering, and how they reached their mixed verdict.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. There is a page called Diddy Docket. Okay. And they always had a website, and they did a really good job of what the fuck is release? Oh, this is Diddy's release, supposedly 2028, 915 days. Oh my god. Let's look at the case. Okay, so this is where we'll find out the jurors. Juror 160 and 75. Juror 160 and 75. What? Why can't we see? Juror 160 and 75. Do we see 75 here? Oh, no, it doesn't list who the... Okay, maybe we can see. Oh, yeah, it doesn't tell what juror they are. Fuck. Yeah, I wish they had Cassie Ventura. By the way, this website does a really good job of kind of like memorializing the whole thing. Anyway.
Finding Combs guilty of 2 prostitution offenses, but clear of racketeering and sex trafficking charges, both sharing their thoughts on the relationship between Combs and singer Cassie. Juror 75 describing them as 2 people in love, and Juror 160 saying in part, domestic violence wasn't one of the charges. Cassie, was she a victim in all this?
I believe Cassie's a victim in all this because she came in she's like 18, like 19 years old in the very beginning. After a while, over time, you condition for it.
The goal of what the film is trying to do is to let the audience kind of come in to ask questions like, were their decisions colored by certain things, and who got the benefit of the doubt, in that courtroom?
Do you think that hip hop culture was on trial as much as Sean Combs was?
Not all. Look, if I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as the hip hop is fine with his behaviors. There's no one else being vocal. So you would look at it and just say, because that mind your business or let me not say nothing about nothing or those things, it would allow the entire culture to register as if they're for that behavior.
If Sean Combs watches this, what do you think he's going to feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's going to say this is the best
Oh my God. Look at 50.
documentary I've seen in a long time.
Nah, 50 is something else, bro.
Because you'll see people saying that. I mean, he may feel a different way about pieces and bits of it, but he knows the truth. I think he'll see the truth in it. Wow.
Yo, let me tell you this. Yo, I love Fifth. I love Fifth. But yo, Fifth. I hope this day never comes. But if the day ever comes where somebody got the drop on you and they're about to dun you, and obviously I'm talking about on some like, yo, they got some info or like they're trying to like ruin your career. You've worked hard for this shit, brother. Like you have the shit I've seen a nigga like you do to niggas. I don't think if there's ever a time where you could be like, yo, nah, spare him. If it's ever a time with you and the son, I don't think not one person on earth gonna be like, nah, y'all chill, man. This Fifth, spare him. I think they're gonna be like, fuck it. Fuck it. Now, even 50 other ops is disgusted by how 50's moving. Ja Rule chimed in. Ja Rule said, am I peeking, by the way? Yeah, hear me? Ja Rule said, oh, did he delete it? Oh, he says, you a rat. You a rat, always been, always will be a fucking rat. Used car salesman suit wearing, field goal nose having, Herman Munster head ass nigga. And he's dissing 50 for essentially 50 being involved with this shit. 50's devious, man.
That he actually filmed it.
It was very interesting.
So it looks like Diddy did he did what I heard Tory Lanez was doing. So a lot of these, guys, when they believe or start drinking their own Kool-Aid, they're like, oh, I'm about to beat this shit. They start recording for themselves what could be a documentary. Like supposedly Tory Lanez was recording a documentary because he thought he was going to beat this case. And had he beat his case, he probably would have got $10 million for that documentary, right? It's like, yo, this is the film from inside the war room, this and third, except he didn't beat the case. So, as you should expect, whatever that footage supposedly is, it's gone. It's never going to be seen, and it shouldn't be seen because Tory didn't beat his case. I think Diddy was doing the same thing. Now, granted, maybe Diddy really was on something. Nah, these niggas ain't got shit against me. Because
if Tory still got that footage, he gonna release that shit, and they need to release that bitch. They should have released
I think
that
for
shit
Tory,
after he got
Tory really
stabbed.
believed he was beating the case. Like literally, like legit. Like Tory was like, nah, this shit is bullshit. Now
Now they
this is me saying
could
this,
release
not
it
Tory.
after he get released and add the
Think Tory really.
story, what happened
Hey man,
to
what's
him
the best advice you can give someone that's in sales?
That's what they
Switch
could
to Monday
do.
CRM.
Oh, awesome. Thanks.
Hold up. You're thinking about old.
Yo, one of your concubines against me? Because I think for Tory really believed he was beating the case. Like literally, like legit. Like Tory was like, nah, this shit is bullshit. Now, this is me saying this, not Tory. I think Tory really believed he was beating the case. The thing with Diddy is that, yo, the feds raided your house. Yo, one of your concubines, 50's baby mama, she stopped talking to you. Cassie, who you ain't talked to in mad long, she's telling. The feds is going hard to get you. How confident is that you're gonna beat this case? That you're saying, nah, film me while I'm like basically in the war room trying to do PR, trying to get people to like. How confident are you that you're filming that? Because it's no way you're thinking about releasing this if you don't beat it. And supposedly he doesn't. Well, not supposedly he didn't beat it, so he didn't pay the people. Am I clipping? The fuck. So he didn't beat it. So he didn't. Let me show you. So he didn't beat it. So he didn't pay the people. And I guess the people who had the footage or whoever was filming said, shit, this footage ain't going to waste. And Netflix or 50 comes to them and they sell that same footage to 50 or Netflix. And they just take out different parts. They splice it up and make it look in a way that they want to make it look for their documentary. Wow.
What's the odds that
Yeah, I gotta take a bath.
taking that into account in how he was coming off to the public.
The exclusive video also shows Combs in Harlem greeting fans.
I'll accept it. I need some hand sanitizer. Hold on. I got. I've been out in the streets amongst the people. Yeah, I gotta take a bath. Like the amount of people that actually I'm coming in contact with, like that's what I have to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like 150 hugs.
You're a public person as well, and there was one instance in Harlem.
Now, there is a press release or a response from Diddy's team, and they have spoken out against this. So as what they have said, so this is an exclusive statement from Diddy's rep on 50's new documentary. It says, "We have confirmed that Netflix used footage that was never authorized, that was never authorized for release, including private moments and pre-indictment material from an unfinished project and conversation involving legal strategy that were not intended for public viewing. The footage was created for an entirely different purpose, under an arrangement that was never completed, and no rights were ever transferred to Netflix. A payment dispute between outside parties does not create permission for Netflix to use unlicensed private material. None of this footage came from Mr. Combs or his team, and its inclusion raises serious questions about how it was obtained and why Netflix chose to use it." Now, you know why they chose to use it, because it's a bigger documentary if it paints you as a villain. Now, here's the reality about it. It looks like this might be a faux pas, so to speak, or a mistake on the path on Diddy's side. Even if you're not going to use the footage, you should have paid the people that you had the rights to the footage. In a lot of these situations, when you have somebody film you, you don't get the rights to the footage, even if they did work for you, until you pay them. So since you didn't pay them, they feel that the footage is theirs and that they could sell the footage to whoever who wants it. And then they sold it to the highest bidder, which is 50 Cent or Netflix. So that's the point. So again, as much as I do think this is some snaky shit, I think Diddy's team should have crossed their T's and dot their I's. You should have paid for the footage or paid whatever was agreed on for the footage, even if he did get indicted or he lost the case, because you don't want that footage to come out. That mistake of not paying now is very different if they pay for the footage. Say they paid. Remember, they're the one who's saying a payment dispute, which means I'm thinking they didn't pay the people who filmed it, and the people who filmed it like, so what's up? Like, we did the work. Why aren't we getting paid? And I guess like they're now caught up in a windstorm with everything going on with the trial. They're like, "Yo, bro, we ain't got time to deal with you." These people want to get paid. They're like, okay. So they're like, all right, fuck it. If y'all haven't paid for the footage yet, the footage is ours. Okay, cool. We'll shop it. They go shop it to Netflix. Netflix gets it. Netflix says, oh shit, wait, how did this footage come around? They know they're going to come under some fire. They're like, all right, let's bring 50 Cent on board. He'll take the heat and get the credit, but we get to use this explosive footage that gets to paint Sean Combs in this like unique light, but we could paint him however we want. So Diddy also alleged that Netflix's recent pattern of prioritizing sensational content over accuracy, as seen in their decision to rely on discredited fabricating journals in a separate documentary. The use of unauthorized footage here reflects a reckless disregard, not journalism. Diddy's publicist says their legal team has formally notified Netflix and says they expect the company to address these issues immediately. I asked how this footage will affect his appeal. Keep in mind, Diddy's team hasn't fully seen the doc, blah, blah, blah. In response, Diddy's team says it can't affect his appeal legally, but the judges are human and they may get some type of emotional spirit out of this and render a decision based on that. Beyond legal concerns, Combs views Netflix's decision as a personal breach of trust. He has long respected Ted Sarandis. So is that the CEO? Oh, wow. This is how you know Diddy's kicked out of Billionaires Club. Like, he's naming the people. Look, he's the co-chief executive, so the co-CEO of Netflix since 2020. So Diddy's name dropping the CEO like, yo, I've always respected you. Diddy, they don't see you in a Billionaires Club no more. They see you as a creep. That everybody who wants to be up on a high horse on a soapbox, they're going to kick your back in. It's the same way how everybody turned on Harvey Weinstein. Not saying Harvey Weinstein's not a creep, but the same people who used to stand right next to him, once they realized Harvey Weinstein was done, they now came out and spoke out the loudest. The ones that were cool with him spoke out the loudest. Why? Because that nigga ain't never coming back. You don't need him no more. And now you need to show you that you're separate from him and you need to capitalize off his downfall. And that's what happened. So he said he's long respected Ted Sarandis, admired the legacy of Clarence Avant. So he's name dropping. Look at Diddy. He name dropping. Diddy ready to snitch. I could tell, bro. Name dropping niggas. Clarence Avant. Who's this? This is a prominent. He's a film producer. I'm guessing he's the person who produced the film. Ooh. Wait. It says remembering him. Did he die? I guess he died. Clarence Avant, Diddy.
But so what? That's part of the game.
Yeah, right.
EMI Warner Brothers.
There's some shit here. I don't know what this is. It says Feds finally exposed Diddy and Clarence Avant connection. What does that mean? That's interesting. It says admire the legacy of Clarence Avant and maintain positive personal relationships with the company's leadership. So damn, Diddy's team is specifically like name dropping, like, yo, bro, we love y'all. Like shit, I've had relationships with y'all. So for Netflix to hand the story to someone who has publicly attacked them for decades, which is handed to 50, to Combs feel like an unnecessarily and deeply personal affront. He expected fairness at minimum from people he considered colleagues. No, Netflix knew it was some shicey shit, and they needed someone to take the blame. And it's 50. 50 don't care. Keep in mind, I was also told Diddy had been working out on his own doc with Netflix prior to his release, but backed out once he couldn't have creative control. Wow. So Diddy was working with Netflix too, and they just chose 50 and just.
And his reaction when those people
went away. Car said, I feel like I need to wash. Like I'm dirt. That was. It should show you his character.
Was that the reason for including it?
Yeah. I mean, what's the odds that you would do that in front of a camera? Like that's one of the moments where he forgot he was on tape.
How do you respond to people who say that it's more about the disdain that you have for Sean Combs than it is for giving the victims a platform?
What they consider a pre-existing beef, right? For 20 years, right? It's me being uncomfortable with him suggesting that he takes me shopping, or I looked at it like it was like a tester. Like maybe you'll come play with me type of thing, right? And it's not personal.
I think it's important to also let people know that the show is not completely the perspectives of people that did not like Sean. We weren't trying to just get the highlights, the salacious details, that the real goal was to storytell. And not everyone needed to have an allegation to be a part of this project.
The 4-part series also features 2 jurors from Combs' trial who are speaking for the first time about how they reached their mixed verdict, finding Combs guilty of 2 prostitution offenses, but clear of racketeering and sex trafficking charges, both sharing their thoughts on the relationship between Combs and singer Cassie.
Wow.
All right, so
completely the perspective
is Kalina Harper, which I think is also insane because you guys know she's a former member of Dirty Money. And this is so it was her and it was Dawn. Remember, people were alleging that Diddy might have paid her off or something because allegedly because there was contact between him and her, and she was saying that what Dawn was saying wasn't true. Brooklyn Baps, who was on Making the Band, Clayton Howard, Capricorn Clark. I'm like, how Capricorn Clark, who's a former assistant and creative director of Bad Boy.
She has some good testimony. That was the one that was in the car when they
allegedly blew up his car.
Yeah, but I'm like, yo, how did he get her in this? I don't know. Yeah, there's about to be in the jury.
Oh, so you're talking about the people in the dock. Oh my God.
Why do you think she wouldn't do a doc? She testified.
Yeah, against him.
I mean, I don't know. But the jurors, I think,
and I think she wants to write a book.
Yeah,
she does. Why wouldn't she do a doc?
I just thought maybe I don't know.
Listen,
she's going through her own experiences.
Over here,
it is.
Like, I cannot believe
the jurors too. Even like the people who
they talk to the jurors as well.
Yeah, they talk to. It just says jurors with an S. I don't know, like who, whatever.
But we get to watch tomorrow.
Speaker Music, thank you for the 10, bro. It says act. Diddy played himself twice. Once for filming himself being holier than thou. Second for stiffing people who legitimately did work for you. They didn't do it for free. I agree. Now here's the thing. I don't think Diddy stiffed them himself. Diddy has a team. Chat, I want to make it abundantly clear. Remember I told you Diddy's team, so Combs Enterprise or Combs Global, whatever this shit's called, they owe me $10,000. This is a fact. I could bring it up. They owe me $10,000. Once I seen that Diddy got arrested, bro, I just kind of like, oh, I'm not getting paid. It's okay. Bro, I'm not starved like that. And I get it. Like, bro, we're all in this culture. I get it. I would imagine that many people who are doing business with Diddy probably would think the same. I don't think Diddy. So when I said, oh, I think I'm not getting paid. And by the way, if you're wondering why I owed that money, they ran, we did a Ciroc thing. It was some Ciroc. They were announcing some new flavor. I forgot what it was. But yeah, so we agreed on an amount. It was $10,000. And they didn't pay me. And once he got arrested, I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to get this money. Like, I'm just not going to, like, I know his life and career will never be the same again. Like, what am I going to do? Be like, no, you owe me 10 grand. Give me the 10 grand. I don't need me 10 grand. Or I could have been on some, well, I'm going to do some shicey shit. No, I'm just like, yo, bro, we're all in this culture. Fuck it. Now, do I think that it's Diddy saying, yo, don't pay act? No, fuck no. I don't think that's the case. bro, I never even talked to Diddy for that. I was talking to like the global people, like his enterprise people that work for that company. It's a company he owns, but it's not like it's crisis mode. The guy who runs the company is locked up. So that's what I'm trying to say. Y'all are saying that Diddy stiffed this video company. Diddy's locked up. His team has to start to cut costs, figure out what's important. Hey, could y'all hold up? Just hold the footage. You know what Diddy's team probably told us, like these photographers or whatever. Yo, hold the video. We'll get back to y'all on it. Which means yes, we didn't pay y'all for it, but y'all can hold it. Right now the pressing stuff is getting him bail and try to beat this case. Obviously, he gets convicted of the sex prostitution stuff, and he goes to jail, right? And just off of that, because he didn't beat the case and he did get indicted, the footage isn't worth that much. These people who did the work, they're not looking at like how I'm looking at, like, bro, you got to take a L. It's cool, like, bro, like you're hip hop nigga, like it give us and it take it away. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, yo, Diddy owes me 10K, so I'm just gonna be mad at Diddy for life? What the fuck? No. So I understand, but these people, like, they're just workers. So they're like, wait, somebody gotta pay us for this. They're like, yo, hold on, chill out. And I'm pretty sure they got impatient. They're like, yo, this footage is devalued by Diddy's. Why would they want to buy a footage if he gets convicted? Why would they want to buy a footage if he gets charged? Right? Like, if Diddy had beat the whole case, Diddy would pay them for the footage, right? Because that'd be a great, like, yo, I got locked up unfairly, but Diddy got damn near, was it a couple years? Yeah, he got a couple years. He got to do. It wasn't a clean sweep. The footage is kind of worthless, and I think the people are like, are we gonna take the L or just try to sell this? And they try to sell it. So that's the thing.
Comes out tonight.
Tonight at midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Staying up for that. Watch it tomorrow.
Now let's take a listen.
I'm staying up for this one.
I'm gonna stay up for it too.
I'm gonna watch this.
So a lot of people have been talking about, whether this turns another bad light onto hip hop and hip hop being attacked, and like why 50 Cent wants to be the person that adds into this. Let's take a listen to 50 talk about that.
Do you think that hip hop?
That was the first question I asked.
Did you make a mistake?
Yeah.
Weinstein is on trial. Nobody says, well, is this Hollywood on trial? And when Abercrombie and Fitch guys on trial, nobody says, is the clothing industry on trial? Like, no, this has nothing to do with hip hop. This was one man's choices. That's it. This is about Diddy and nothing else. They ain't got nothing to do with no damn hip hop. But I hate when they do that.
I'm sure you're gonna see a bunch of lawsuits because if that guy worked for Diddy and he sold that footage to somebody else, he had to be under contract, right?
Well,
there had to be stipulations because there's no way Diddy's gonna have people around him that he does not own that footage. I can't see like I can't see that.
That was the first question I asked.
Did you make a mistake that big?
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And then how the hell you gonna let him just leave with the footage?
So
that footage come with me. That SD card come with me.
So I don't have any confirmations of any legal action as of yet, but the statement that I received from Diddy's team says that we have confirmed that Netflix used footage that was never authorized for release, including private moments. The footage was created for an entirely different purpose under an agreement that was never completed. So for background information, what I was told was that Diddy's team says that there was supposed to have been a conversation between Netflix and Diddy, and he was recording footage Diddy to do his own documentary. But once he
didn't I tell y'all, chat? Wow. Okay. And by the way, Shorty, I know you tried to get a big act before, but I think I put you in check, and I think we straight now. I hope we straight. Are we good? So I got to see if we good with these people, because once I respond, they be in their feelings. I let it go. Once I get my shit off, that's why I got the platform. Like, I get it off. You know what I mean? Like, remember this chick that was with Cam? I got my shit off. That was good. Yo, when I was at ConferenceCon, I went to Cam shit. I watched it, and it was like, yo, it's Q&A time. I said, I got a question to ask. Nigga, I walked up there, nigga. I said, what up, Cam? What up, Mace? What up, Shorty in the middle? What's up with you? I see you. Stat, I got you. I don't know if she's smart, but I asked my question. You know what I mean? So I don't know if they be so mad, but I get my shit off. Anyway, and speaking of which, I gotta tell Shorty. Yo, actually, let me not say that yet. I ain't gonna say that. We'll see. Anyway, the point is this. Oh, she's saying some important shit, which is, I guess she talked to. So Diddy's team was doing this is how I know Netflix slimed Diddy out. It's not 50. Netflix knew, or usually they're gonna have meetings about it. Okay, so how is this doc going? Oh, we got this team recording, blah, blah, da, da, da. Diddy bails on the doc. He bails on the doc. Who would know the people who Diddy, while they were working on it, had film in it? Netflix. So Netflix hit up the team after Diddy bails on the doc, and then he gets locked up, buys the footage, but they're going to seem slimy. That's why they bring 50 in.
Hey, I'm a hustler on the mission, grinding for that spot, a brand new pot to piss in. Trying to school my partners, I don't think they pay attention. I'm sticking to my vision, on the road to the riches. Every single day, I'm a hustler on the mission, trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365, until I reach the